Hi, my beautiful baby. Anyway, so today I just want to talk about the pain. Okay, we're gonna talk about the pain. There ain't nothing way around it. Why do I feel numb? Why can't I smile? Why can't I should be happy. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the world, but like I'm dead inside. Okay, a lot of us go for, and this happens to me also, like a lot of us will go a long period of time feeling numb inside. Like we wake up, we're sad, we wake up and you know, even that pep in our step, that coffee doesn't make us feel like that usual happy person. And definitely there's going to be times in our lives that we are going to we're going to be running. Obviously, we won't be cognizant of this a lot of times because we're so busy. We're a generation of move, especially if you're born in Canada or if you're part of North America. The culture is very much so grind time. What time is it? Oh, it's grind time. Or rise and grind. So a lot of us are going to wake up. This is females and males, are gonna wake up and just feel like I should be happy. I'm in the most beautiful place in my world. I just got that promotion. I just married my best friend. I just got this beautiful puppy, but why do I feel dead inside? Because a lot of us don't even know it when we have repressed pain. A lot of us don't even realize that we're carrying around repressed heart chakra, stagnant energy. A lot of us walk around because we're so busy. We're so surrounded by people. We're so surrounded by community. We never have time alone to just really sit with ourselves and source God and really sponge in, why the fuck do I feel dead inside? Why? This should be a funny movie. Why do I just still laugh, but I feel dead in my heart? You know what I mean? Those are repressed emotions. Those are repressed emotions that need your time and attention, attentive care. Those depressed days, baby, mean depression is deep rest. Rest is deep rest. You need those days to just watch those sad movies, just lay in your bed, lay on your couch and just wear no makeup, wear your glasses, be cuddled up in bed and cry as much as you can. Journal. Journaling is huge. Like I'm still delving into my traumatic childhood and talking about my siblings. Every single relationship with my sibling is so traumatically. I don't have relationships with my siblings. I have the relationship with the youngest one. Okay, I just lost my other main one that was my ride or die. She just passed away 11 months ago. So all these emotions that we have to heal through need our time and attention. And even my own self, I find myself, I'm super busy with appointments. I'm super busy doing one-on-ones with clients. I'm super busy with community, with Wakutuin, with family events in the community. So like, I just find myself not being able to sit alone and process these feelings of heartbreak. Why do I feel sad? Who do I need to forgive from my past? So a lot of ways that our bodies will try to heal this is through dreams. Any kind of repressed trauma that our soul knows that we're gonna have a hard time remembering. Our spirit is so fucking advanced, you guys, that it will show us the problems or the addictions or the avoidance or the repressed memories, the suppressed memories through our dream state when we're actually sleeping. So memories will come up that we don't remember. Patterns will come up that we don't remember from childhood. From our parental relationships, which are our most important relationships that we're brought on this earth for, is our parental relationships. So that's the relationships you have with your mother, your father. If you weren't raised from your mother or father, your grandmother and your grandfather. Michael Linklater, old friend from Saskatchewan, told me when he did his past life regression, which I'm not fucking surprised because his grandma and grandpa are thebomb.com, just the most amazing people. And they raised Mike like since he was little until he was like forever. So like he went to a past life regression. I wasn't surprised. He told me, and I did a past life regression, he said, and that I was like one of the kids. I was one of their kids in a past life and they were my dad and my father and I was the second youngest and I was like really rowdy and they were from my body and like he's in this lifetime they're his grandparents, right? But the relationship is still very much so that's my mom and my dad. And then in his past life they were really his mom and dad, like they actually made love and they made him. So for him to see that past life regression and see that vision, it just, the parental relationship, y'all, is so important. It teaches us the most lessons and teaches us the most, what do we need to heal? What do we need to heal? A lot of us also, I need to tell you, are born with our worst enemies as our parents. So the lesson in that is to learn how to cut all ties with them and to cut the contract and to finally break free. That's how crazy this life is, in the most beautiful way, crazy beautiful. Because like a lot of us will reincarnate with our worst enemies. Our husband who used to abuse us in a past life will end up being our mother or our father. And the lesson that we have to learn is to take back our power and to finally cut ties, even if it means putting a restraining order on your own parents. So, or else it's the opposite. You have the best parents in the whole entire world and they're amazing and there's nothing that needs to be fixed. Everything's super gorgeous and perfect. And I'm just gonna move this camera a little bit this way. I want to break free. Just my ass needs to get to the side here, to the side. Okay, so yeah. So the repressed memory, like it comes also from our children. We will also give birth to our children, our parents and our children are a big number one karmic lessons in this lifetime. So what do I need to heal from? So what I'm currently having this alone time for, like I said, we'll wake up some days and we'll be like, why do I feel so sad when I should be the happiest I've ever been in my life? I just got my PhD. I just PR'd 275 pounds. I'm married to the love of my life, but why do I feel this depressed, deep sadness within my heart? It's because we go through different stages in our lives, you guys, with suppressed memories, soul memories in our bodies at even certain ages that are triggered from sometimes even past lives. You know what I mean? So that's how technical and synchristic this gorgeous life is, you guys. I don't even know if that's a word, synchristic, but definitely it could be triggered at different ages. So what you got to do in those times where you know you should be happy but you just wake up sad, or you're very lull, like you're just like gray, you just wake up, you should be the happiest you've ever been in your life. You woke up in your mansion, you have a body of a goddess, but it's just like you just feel dead inside. So those are the days where you really have to lay with yourself, hold yourself in your heart and be like, baby, I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. I love you. We're going to do this. We are going to heal. And that takes really separating yourself from community, canceling appointments, not going for that weekend, because you need that weekend to just really be by yourself and process your heart. Why do I feel like this? Okay, so a huge reason why I felt like this going through this event last time was I had to heal from my parental relationship with my father. My dad was my son in like 2 past lives, and I always was looking after him, was always worried for him. He was addicted. And our most recent life, we were dairy farmers. We were white folks in Wisconsin, and he was my son, and he was like a rambunctious boy in that lifetime. So I was always worried, always looking after him. And then in this life, like I said, when the spirit doesn't remember certain memories or why you feel a certain way that you need to heal from, spirit will show you through your dream state. Okay, so for the last month, the last 2 months, I've been having like dreams of my relationship with my father and how I always look after him. How in this lifetime, like memories, I always look after him. I'm always worried for him. I'm always dressing him. I'm always like making sure he's not alone. I'm always making sure he doesn't feel left out. I'm always making sure that he knows he's loved. And it's also guilt, because when he did pass away, my cousin Tammy, who I look up to so much, she's like the Barbie of my reservation back home. She also had to raise her mother, and her mother was like older and stuff, but Tammy was a success story in my family, like first one to go out to college, get her degree. And I asked Tammy, because she was older than me, I asked her, how do I do this with my dad? He's dying from his addiction. Like, what do I do? And Tammy just told me, you can't live for them. If you live for them, you're going to die with them. Which means kind of like what AA teaches you or NA teaches you when you have an addict parent is if you enable them pretty much you love them and you look after them and you enable them, you let them kill themselves. So what I took from that is like, she told me, You can't live for them. You can't live for her. You can't change him, because if you try, you're gonna kill yourself. So she almost killed herself. Like literally, when her mother passed away, she got like into so many assaults, DUIs. She was teaching elementary school at the time. She just hit the dead end. She got sentenced to prison, but she didn't go because it was her first time getting her criminal record like that, especially boom, boom, boom. So obviously the courts knew what was up, and we have something up here called the Gordon effect, something like that, which is essentially when you're an indigenous person, because trauma, we just got kidnapped as kids like yesterday. Our parents got kidnapped, putting into these boarding schools. Canada just tries to lie and act like it didn't happen, but it did. My older brother even went. But yeah, so she told me she ended up going through this whole court proceeding, and she's always had a clean criminal record. She's always been a very uplimentary citizen in life, always caring for people, always watching, making sure people are okay. Like I said, she was just a really amazing, vibrant Barbie growing up, beautiful inside and out. And so the court's seen clean record, so she must be going through some shit. Obviously she did, because she lost her mom, my Auntie Rita, from addiction. My Auntie Rita fucking killed herself by drinking herself to death, and she didn't even look like it. Woman, I lost two beautiful aunties. My auntie Maggie from, she had a business degree, super gorgeous, super beautiful. And my auntie Rita, both beautiful on the outs. Like they both died 42 at age 43. And that's the thing about alcoholism, you guys, is you look super young on the outside, but on the inside, your insides are all fucked up. Your kidneys, your livers, everything. So my auntie Rita gave up, and she was seeing DTs in the hospital for 3 weeks. She snuck alcohol in the hospital or something like that, I forget, and she ended up dying because she just wouldn't quit drinking, so she killed herself. And same with my auntie Maggie, alcohol, but she was 60 scoop. My auntie Rita had a lot of trauma also, so 60 scoop is just like government, and 70 scoop, 80 scoop when they're stealing native kids from the hospitals and shit and shipping them to Australia, England, Texas, wherever. That's a whole other fucking whole other trauma. But yeah, so I asked my cousin Tammy, like, how do I do this? Like my dad, so even in this lifetime, I didn't even know that I was my dad's parent at this point. I was 26 years old. I didn't even know I was my dad's parent in past lives. You know what I mean? Not right away, but I just always had this paternal looking after him and stuff like that. And the one time he did get hurt, he went out partying and he got jumped from these two guys. I really never felt like killing somebody with a rifle in my whole entire life. I stalked those boys, I Facebooked them, and I chilled them up. I was like, watch your fucking ass. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna kill you, you watch it. Because at the time I was really super violent. I was a teenager, and I did always have super massively alpha male boyfriends growing up. So I was like, watch, watch, watch. You know what I mean? So I did threaten. I couldn't find them though, but I'm sure that was like one of the hardest things I had to forgive, was that, because seeing my dad when he rolled up with a black eye and he took his shades off and he was 63 years old, I was like, hey, who the fuck would beat on an old guy? You know what I mean? So it took me a long time to forgive them, those two people that did that to my father. But even that maternal instinct, like a mama bear protecting her cub, to go find them, snap their neck, snap their jaw, was just so fucking it took me a long, that was one of the biggest things that I had to forgive with them, was those two people for hurting. Like, please do anything you want to me, but don't touch my dad. Like that maternal instinct I had over him. And then I realized, oh, that makes sense, because I was his mother in so many lifetimes and I was still looking after him in this day and age. So my cousin Tammy told me, when my dad wouldn't stop fucking drinking, don't live for him. So 2 weeks before he passed away, I moved to Calgary, and I was like, okay, I was gonna live with him forever, but I was like, I can't live with you and watch you kill yourself, because it's killing me watching you kill yourself. And you ain't even trying to help yourself. So I tried to do tough love. I moved to Calgary, and my dad was paying my rent. And 2 weeks within moving to Calgary, I still went home and I visited him. I was still like worried about him, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And yeah, the spirits came to me and they told me life-changing things were going to happen. I had this miracles happen for like 2 months before my dad went to spirit world, including my little sister seeing all these miraculous shit happening in Calgary. And the one that passed away, I wish she was here so we can talk about it, chop it up. She is here with me. So yeah, he ended up passing away in my car in front of my childhood house. And 2 weeks after I moved to Calgary, the last journal entry on his journal was, Cherish is in Calgary and she's doing good. So the big thing I have to forgive myself for is I wasn't there when he passed away. I was his executor of estate, so I was his executor of estate, so I did have jurisdiction over his properties, his will, his life insurance, stuff like that. Out of me and my 2 brothers, I guess he trusted me the most. So yeah, so the guilt, so the forgiveness part that I know that I have to forgive, is the not being there when he passed away. Not being there for his last 2 weeks because I was mad because he wouldn't stop drinking. I was mad because he wouldn't stop drinking, and like I felt like I abandoned him. You know what I mean? If I could have gave him the best last year of his life, I'm pretty sure I can sleep good at night. But I guess the biggest thing I have to forgive myself with is like forgiving the situation. I can't turn back time. I carry that guilt in my heart. And guilt is, you guys, guilt is hand in hand, like one of the lowest frequencies. You can't really manifest with that frequency. You got to forgive yourself. The hardest thing people can do in this life is forgive themselves. So that's one of the hugest things I have to do, is forgive myself for leaving him at that time. And yeah. So this last 2 months, I keep having dreams of me looking after him, making sure he's okay. Do you have your suit? Like, making sure he's okay. I'm chasing him in my dreams. Do this, do that. Are you okay? Do you have this? Like, making sure I'm fucking parenting him like I had to do growing up while he was here. Always looking after him. Going into bars, making sure he's okay. Making sure no one's picking on him. Because he would get blacked right out. He would drink to the point where he was blacked right out. So my whole entire childhood, because I was raised from him, he was a single father. So I was like looking after him all the time. So I'm working on doing that, forgiving those memories and stop worrying about him and forgiving myself. Because I couldn't look after him 2 weeks before he passed away. Even last night in my dream, we were going to my girlfriend Sarah's wedding, and I had a +1 date. And I excused my +1. I don't even know who the fuck my +1 in my dream was. It was like my boyfriend or something like that. And I was like, no, my dad's coming with me. So I just pushed out everybody and I was like, my dad's coming with me. Dad, let's go. You're wearing this suit. You're sitting beside me. Like, you know what I mean? Still making sure he's #1 in my life. Even my dream last night, making sure he's okay. And he knows he's loved. Yeah, honestly, the patterns that go up even with relationships with like husbands and boyfriends in my own life have always mirrored my relationship with my father, because I find myself back in the day always with codependent men who I had to look after. Like I said, my 2 exes that I loved fiercely were both professional football players, and even though they look from the outside super successful, super rich, super put together, handsome as fuck, they were just I was the mother to them. Very codependent relationship. Like I was modeling, you marry it until you heal it. So essentially you will marry your parental relationship until you heal it. So I was marrying my father, always looking after these 2 men, like I said, gorgeous, beautiful, great money. But my dad was the same way. My dad was handsome as fuck. His nickname was Handsome, rich, always good with money. And these guys were also, but I was repeating the exact same relationship with these 2 men that I was with my father. So just definitely, you, like I said, you marry it until you heal it. You will marry your dad, or you will marry your mother relationship until you start to recognize the pattern, until you start to heal it. If you notice that you have a type and it's toxic, then you got to ask God, show me where in my life, if you can't remember cognizantly, show me where in my life that I need to heal, that I need to fully heal to break this pattern and learn to heal it so I don't repeat this cycle. Because you will repeat the cycle until you start to recognize the pattern, the codependency, looking after them, the worrying, where you're like the dominant era, the dominant person, always in control, making sure they're okay. Where relationships are supposed to be 50-50. Loving relationships, romantic relationships, soulmate relationships supposed to be 50-50. Where you both have your hand in the pot, where you guys are both, it's a partnership, it's equal, it's reciprocal. It's not one person doing everything, controlling everything. So that was the pattern I had to recognize, and I'm working on healing and releasing right now. And it's crazy because, like I said, releasing comes in waves, and I'm a busy person. I'm always out in the community, I'm always at the beach, I'm always doing all these things, but I really had to sit with myself in silence and realize, like, where do I need to forgive? I need to forgive myself. I need to forgive myself. I need to forgive these patterns. I need to forgive my dad. Son, in past life, he had addictions. In this life, he died from addiction. The motherfucker came back and reincarnated like a couple months ago. And he came, I told him to wait for me. See, that's how controlling I am. Even from this side, and he's on the other side. I'm telling my dad, you better wait for me to reincarnate, because I can't look after you if we don't reincarnate together. I can't protect you. So I was telling my dad this whole time, wait for me in Kisakok, Happy Hunting Grounds. My people call it Happy Hunting Grounds, Kisakok, for me to reincarnate, so I'm gonna make sure you're okay and I can protect you. But here, this motherfucker, this is what he did. He reincarnated this last couple 6 months somewhere. And my controlling ass, it's been bugging me for the last 2 months, because I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna have to find out who the fuck's vessel he came through, who his mother and dad is. I'm gonna have to go find him, adopt him or something, and make sure he's okay. So my stalker ass this last 2 months was also angry at him, because I'm like, why'd you reincarnate before me? Now I can't look after you. Now I can't protect you. So my controlling ass, since I found out he reincarnated back without me a month ago, I'm just like, hey, where the fuck are you? That's how controlling I am. That's how controlling of a mother I am. That's why I'm still learning, having to heal this stuff. This worried about him all the time. Even now that he's reincarnated, I don't know, he could be in fucking China, he can be in India, he can be in Antarctica. He's not reincarnated on another planet, because I was hoping he was. I was like, please go to a gentler planet where I know you're gonna be okay. I don't want you to come back down to this fucking earth where it's thug life. He could be a woman, like he could be a man, I don't know, but I know he's trying to come back to face his addictions so he could, yeah, it's the age of awakening. Every strong spirit wants to come back so they can beat themselves. So my controlling ass, since a month ago, since I found out my dad is coming back, or has come back, is my makeup smeared? I don't even know. But since I found out that he's coming back, I'm just like, okay, where could I find him? Definitely I'm gonna find out where the fuck he is. Hopefully they tell me, spirit world tells me, his higher self taps in and tells me. I wanna know where you are in Greece, Germany, I'll move there. Like, that's a month ago how crazy I was. Like, I'll move wherever the fuck you are, Italy, Germany, and I'll make sure you're okay. I'll be that auntie or big sister, whatever, that you can run to. I'll take you to meetings. I'll take you to past life regressions. I'll help you remember. So I don't know if they're gonna show me who he is, where he is, which ethnicity. My dad was always loving, gentle, like a Buddha. My dad was like, went to every single, he would go to Jehovah's Witnesses, he would go to our traditional sun dances, pipe ceremonies, because I'm Native American. Then he would go to Christian churches, then he would go to Lutheran churches. My dad did not give a fuck. He just loved God. He believed in Buddha. My dad he's like Source, Kichimuntu, in our language, great creator. And my dad always knew growing up, he would tell me, we all pray to the same source, it's just we call him different things. So I don't know where the fuck he could be. I don't know where he is, okay? But I think that's why all the triggering's coming up, because I still have so much control over him, and he's not even here. He's in heaven. He's been gone minute now. And that's how much control I still have over him and worry I have. And he's not like, what? That's obviously, see, you cannot process these kinds of emotions, you guys, when you're around people all the time, when you're around community all the time, when you're on the beach all the time, around noisy ass people. Like, you can't process this stuff until you really sit with yourself. You journal it. I was journaling the other day about my sibling, my brother, and crying because all these repressed emotions started coming up because I started remembering traumatic events that I did to him as a child, and the guilt. Because I was an older person, I was a bully. I was a fucking bully because I was being bullied. I was getting bullied from my birth mom. She always was homicidal on my ass. And then I was bullying my sibling because I thought it was normal to be like that, violent. A lot of forgiving myself, a lot of delving into all these emotions and these memories and these patterns that you have. Why are you so controlling? Release control. To me, I'm controlling. I'm a control freak over him because of past lives. Because I worry about him, because we have this relationship. And with my brother, I have to respect my brother's wishes that he does not want to talk to me because I did bully him when we were kids. And we did grow up in a very violent, homicidal household with my birth mom, not with my father too much, but with my mother. Okay, so my birth mom. That's a whole other motherfucking ship. But I'm pretty sure I forgave that because when your parents a dark entity, you have no fucking choice. It's their world here. You know what I mean? This is hell. So yeah, so definitely you can't face you can't face these memories. You can't face this shadow work. You can't even really realize that you have things to heal until you start asking God, show me through my dream state. Or go to a past life regressionist. I got the plug. I go to Joel in Calgary here. Go to someone who specializes in past life regression. Like I said, Joel here is the best. That's who I go to for all my past life regressions because he's so specific and in detail, and a lot of people ain't, but he is. And he's cutthroat, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, all these emotions, these memories and stuff, you can't know why you're waking up sad sometimes. You can't know you should be the happiest in the world. You're a champion. You have the promotion. You have the dream life, the dream car, the money, the husband. You know, but you wake up dead inside all the time. You can't face that loneliness and sadness of your heart until you're really truly by yourself and your spirit guides, because we're never alone. And ask for the ascended masters to fill your house up if you feel alone when you're doing your shadow work. Ask Saint Michael, Saint Raphael, and Mama Anza, who is the feminine side of Creator, Kichimuntu, to be with you throughout the whole process, to fill your fucking house up with them. Like with the white light of the Holy Spirit, ascended masters, to help you process these emotions from your heart chakra, because you need to let that go. It's just going to get more painful and more painful and more painful. And I want you to smile 100%. I want you to feel happy 100%. Like I said, this healing comes in layers, you guys. Like, we'll go through cycles where we're hella happy, we have no emotions to process, and then bang, all of a sudden we'll wake up and it's like, okay, why ain't I smiling? Why don't I have a pep in my step? Why can't I laugh at that funny joke? You know what I mean? It's because you have things to face. You have your heart to face. Your heart's broken because it's asking you, please pay attention to me. I need you to face these memories, these suppressed memories, this repressed emotions. Can you just sit still? Can you stop going to your personal trainer? Can you stop going to these appointments and stop booking one-on-ones and just face me so you can heal me? The only way to heal through anything is to go through it. Heal and feel to heal what's real. The only way you can feel it is deep rest, depression. Sometimes depression is the best. You need fucking depression days to feel those emotions, to cry your eyelashes off. You need this. This is all part of alchemy, of hitting these top layers of healing. What am I here to learn? I'm learning to let go in control. My dad's a perfect soul having a perfect human experience. I can't be controlling him all the time. I can't be controlling my spouses all the time. I can't be looking after them all the time. I can't be the fucking mother to everybody, the strong one all the time. Growing up, I was always the strong one. I couldn't show emotion. I couldn't be sad. I was the protector. I was always protecting. I could never be sad. I could never tell anybody my emotions or my hurt because I'm the one people run to when they need that fucking help, that shoulder to cry on, that $100. Like, I'm the person. I'm like the call a friend. I'm the dial a phone number. I'm the emergency plug when people go bad. I don't turn to, I was trained at a young age not to turn to people because people are so fucked up in my family and friends circles and community that I was the strong one that everyone goes to. then who do I go to? Okay, the camera reached the limit. But yeah, so even forgiving his ass, like this is how petty I am, okay, with my father. This is how petty I am. Even forgiving his ass because he didn't follow the plan. I told him to wait for me to reincarnate, or not even to come back to this planet. I told him to go to different planets and to reincarnate there. Okay? That's how fucking controlling I am of him. Oh my God. So that's how petty I am. I need to forgive because he didn't listen to the plan. He just came back to the planet of Earth. Why the fuck would you come back to this Earth? Obviously because he's a high achiever and he is a good, beautiful spirit. He's strong. Always kept a good heart through all the homicide he witnessed growing up, because he witnessed first homicide at 4 years old, and then after that it was just normal because he was kidnapped as a kid and put into residential school, which was the government's way of genociding my people. But yeah, long story. So that's how controlling, like that, he didn't follow the plan. So I was mad at him for this last little while, this last 2 months, because he didn't follow the plan. You're supposed to follow the plan. Why the fuck didn't you follow the plan? Now you're back on Earth. Now I have to go stalk your life and find you where in this world. Imagine just how creepy, right? Just hiding in the bushes and then just like, hey, how's it going there, little kid? You know what I mean? Like, how am I gonna make this work? I have no idea, but we'll see what happens. If his higher self even wants to show me where he is in this world. If the guides, if creator even wants to show me where he is in this world. But yeah, so I'm gonna stalk my dad, wherever the fuck he is, and go see him. Well, he's probably gonna be like 5 months right now, right? 5 months. And I'm healing because I just got a BBL. So like 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, I got a BBL. I don't know, but I'm healing. So I still have my arm to heal because when they restrained me, because I was crashing out, blacking out, they had to belt me up and shit because I was halfway through the surgery. I woke up and I started crashing out and shit. So I injured my arm scrapping because this is my strong arm and like it's knockout power, you know what I mean? And I'm not breaking, it's just a fact. So I must have been really overdoing it. So I'm having to heal my arm. Everything else is healed on my BBL, like no problem. But isn't that crazy how an unrelated injury occurred? Isn't that fucking trippy? I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But yeah, so yeah, definitely if you're going through this stagnant time, why am I sad? Why am I just, you got to sit with yourself and you really got to ask God to help you process these emotions. And most important, you got to spend time alone in your room. Thank God for folks who have an apartment alone where they can just cry really super lots. Like even when my roommate's home, I still cry really super lots and I still make that ugly cry. You know, the ugly cry where it's like, I still do that. I don't give a fuck. Like, who cares? I don't give a fuck. I love him. He loves me. And if he goes through that, of course, me, as a, you know, he's a guy, of course I'm gonna be like, bro, are you okay? Like, hug him. I don't know, women, like us, it's normal to make that noise, but with men, I'm just kind of, you know, I don't know. Let me check on you. But yeah, so take in as much as this as you possibly can. Know that if you're going through a sad period, depression period, absorb that, sit with yourself. Don't run from it, don't repress it, don't suppress it. Know that you have to sit with yourself and have time alone. Don't book vacations to try run away from your emotions, or don't keep going to comedy shows or events, booked and busy workaholic. You gotta face that shit. Clear your schedule, motherfucker. Clear your schedule and just face your emotions so you can heal from it. Because once you face it, heal it, recognize it, cry, you'll start to feel the pain go away, okay? So don't suppress it, don't repress it anymore. Because I want you to smile 100% again. I want you to feel the emotions. I want you to kick someone in the head and feel happy doing it, okay? I want you to be so happy. I don't want you to repress, suppress, and go through this world like that. Because this world, there's endless possibilities. There's endless situations, and there's endless nothing. I've heard so much past life regression stories, now stories where I'm just like, this world will keep surprising me till the day I die. Like, there's just infinite possibilities. And 150 timelines happening at the same time with multiple universes. So it's just like, I'm not surprised anymore. I'm fucking done being surprised. Yo, if an elephant with 6 legs rolls up on my window right now, and it's pink, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, okay, you know what I mean? Are you taking me? Can I hop on you? You know what I mean? But yeah, so definitely don't suppress, repress. Clear your schedule for the weekend, spend time alone, journal, book a past life regression. Like I said, if you're, you know, balling on a budget, kind of broke, just ask God to show you through the dream state, what memories you need to face to heal, okay? So I love you so much, my beautiful baby. Thanks for sitting this long through this video. I love you so much. I hope any of this helps you. I love you so much, and I'm sending you so much love and light through the camera.